Hello. I was thinking today about what video I wanted to do because today was the first day that they let me off early at work, and so instead of just coming home, eating dinner, and then basically going straight to sleep, like I have been doing for the past 2 weeks or so, I can make a video. So, I was trying to think of what to do, and I saw some sort of, it's like a business card or something in my wallet, and I thought, hey, that would be interesting, because one of my favorite videos is Raffy Taffy's What's in My Bag video, so I thought I'd do a What's in My Wallet video. My wallet that I currently use, that I've used for the past 2 years, almost, wow. It's just a simple, fossil, bare bones, anything encrypted, no, one fold, one inside, no inner workings, very simple. And then I do still have my previous wallet that I only used for like, it was like 6 months. I don't know why. I was in a weird state. So we'll get to that. Actually, you know what? We'll finish with this one because this one my current wallet has the most stuff, obviously. So we'll start with, I use this wallet. Ooh, this one has like a thick leathery sound, like a lighter, and this one has a deeper. So with this wallet, I got it in summer of 2015. I don't know why I bought it. I had just gone through a bad breakup. I had just shaved my head for the first time. I don't know. I think I wasn't trying to change myself, but I was trying to like redefine who I was. I guess. I don't know what my state of mind was, but I really liked the movie Pulp Fiction around that time. And so I got Samuel L. Jackson's Bad Motherfucker wallet. Sorry if, hold on, let's do that just in case. Yeah. Just in case maybe, I don't know, I might use that for a thumbnail or something, and I don't want it to say fucker right on it. But if you're seeing this saying, oh, he's not going to say the word, well, I've already said it enough, so. But yeah, so I used this for a little bit. I used this for that summer and then my last semester of college, which was this fall semester of 15. So let's go through this. I didn't leave very much in this other than, I think, what was, oh no. Oh no. Sorry about that. Other than what I used that summer. So we're going to go through this front pocket, which is where I used to keep my license. It has a very generic, it has a very vanilla Visa gift card that I got for Christmas a long time ago. It has my very first bank card, which I wish I could still use this number. I'm obviously not going to show you. But it has my old school logo. It says Union, and it was Redskins, from Tulsa, Oklahoma. And I don't know, the number was super, super simple for me to remember. And I had, sorry about that train. I had this card from when I was 16 until I graduated. Until I graduated college, because it was like I could get direct deposit. So why would I want to change? Why would I want to change my card if I could just do it all from Tulsa? So this one had a cash and then a secondary pocket. It is a good wallet. If you are wondering if it's like a staple wallet, it is. You just gotta enjoy Pulp Fiction, I guess. So, originally it had my employee number. Oh, I must have, when I got my first job after college, I must have still had this wallet because that was in there. It's just, okay, I'm sure they've changed those numbers since me having that. So this was Second Sight Tattoos is a card that's in there, and somebody's phone number written on it. That is in Eureka, California, where I did my internship. And I was looking to get a really big tattoo on my arm that I've been planning for years. I don't think I'm gonna get it now. I'm just at a different spot. If I had it, I wouldn't care. But it was gonna be like a big armor piece with a Knights Templar red cross on it and like chainmail underneath, and it was gonna be this, and like it was gonna look all worn and kind of mossy almost. It was gonna look cool, but just not there anymore. But this guy, I can't remember his name, but if you live near there's a guy who, like, that's his whole shtick, is like the muted colors, or like he just works well with colors. I wish I could remember his name because I had a consultation with him and he was really cool, but I can't remember him. Anyways, these next couple are going to be... Actually, I'm going to do this one first since it's... let's do all the internship ones first, and then we'll come back to the other stuff. So the next one is Humboldt Honey Wine, which is in Eureka as well. I got this at there was an oyster festival when I was doing my... it was a theater internship. I didn't say that. It was for Del Arte in Blue Lake, California. But this, which is in Humboldt, they're both Humboldt County. This was the first time I had mead, which is what honey wine is, and it was amazing. It was so good. The one that I really liked was like a honey wine mixed with apple juice almost. It was just phenomenal. So, and I've been looking for, which I guess I could take a day trip, go get it and take a day back. I think you can ship it, but it's like so expensive to ship it. Anyways, it's my favorite mead I ever had, and I've had a few, but that's my favorite so far. This guy, Mark Whitman, he's in Blue Lake Ironworks. My engine just decided to, there's the four, I've had to replace it again. Sorry about that. I've had to replace it again since moving here, and I just changed it myself since he taught me. It was just a different one, but there's the four, they're basically what start the engine and keep the engine going. Spark plugs, I think is the word I'm looking for. But anyways, he changed it out. He was a nice guy. Huge beard. It was like down to like mid-chest, like huge beard. Great guy. But yeah, he owned an ironwork shop in town. These two, so in Blue Lake is where I was at, and there's Red Light on Blue Lake, which I worked that event, and then Mary Jane 3, which I don't know if they've updated it again, but the summer I was there, if you ever see Mary Jane, the film about the musical, I was an extra in that, which I still haven't seen it, but I'm an extra, and I worked the musical that summer. And on the back, and the Red Light was an adult show of people who were at the school or who were alumni of the school. And it was like 11 p.m. to 2 a.m. show, which I worked it 2 nights. The first night I was like really attentive because they were like, you got to keep everybody on track. And then it was totally fine. It was like the first year that everyone was professional about it. So the second year it was like, watch the show and you get free drinks. Like that was their thing. Instead of like every show you worked, you got a free drink. And it was like 1 free mixed drink or a free beer. And I was like, okay, so that was a cool little trade-off. But there's is it the lager bar? Yeah, the lager bar, which I can't use these anymore because it was valid through June and July of 2015, but they were my tickets, and so I kept those. Next, we're going to move on to immediately after I got back from my internship. I drove 11 hours down from Blue Lake to Long Beach to see my friend. Stayed with her for a day, like an old childhood friend, and so we tried to fit as much as we could into one day. And then I woke up about 4 a.m. I think, and left. Drove 21 hours, 21 and a half, to Oklahoma, to Tulsa, Oklahoma, my hometown. And it was 3 a.m. Oklahoma time, 1 a.m. California time. And then I was woken up at 8 a.m. the next day because they wanted my internal clock to be back to normal. I was like, I just drove 21 hours straight. You couldn't let me sleep more than 5 hours. So I was very tired that day. But I drove back in one shot because that night at 6 p.m. that following day, I was on a flight to Boston. So I went to Boston because I didn't know. I thought maybe after I graduated college, I wanted to move to Boston and get in that theater scene. So here are a couple of business cards that I kept. This one is John Joffrin of the Hub Theater Company of Boston. Oh, is that not going to focus on it? Oh, dang it. So you'll find them. If you wanted to know, hubtheaterboston.org. Very nice. Had a meeting with him. And then Boston Playwrights Theater. This was with Jacob Stroutman. Yeah. At Boston University. This is when I was thinking about, if you don't know, when I was in college, I was really into playwriting. And went to New York, actually, in 2014 for a play, and took some of my friends. My housemate that lives with me, Jonathan, he was one of my actors. That was when we first actually started getting really close, and our buddy Steven as well. We were there for a week, and that was great. But yeah, when I was in college, I was thinking about if I didn't move out to do acting, that I wanted to continue doing playwriting. Fun fact. And then, I don't know why I still have this. It's a student discount, 20% off of the local hair salon, which I guess I could still use, even though I'm not a student. This was the guy, Eddie Gibbs. Oh, geez, don't do this. Eddie Gibbon is his name. And then here's the back of his card. He's the guy, if you've seen my, I wish it would focus this close. If you want any information, he's in Oklahoma City, and I highly, highly recommend him. If you've seen my Tracing My Tattoos video of this one, and then the one on my leg, that was him. That was Eddie. His line work here still astounds me, and his detail on the other one was amazing. I would 10 out of 10 for Eddie. He's a great guy. He's a friend of mine. can't ever say more, or can't say anything better about him, because he's just a great human. So I kept that. That's from when I was trying to schedule. I can see some dates that are available for March of 2016. 17? Was it 17? Wow. Yeah, 2017. So that's what that card is from. I didn't use that wallet that long. I think I put it in there because I knew I wanted to like keep it safe, and I knew I wasn't going to throw anything away in that wallet. This is a guy, Stephen Airy. This is his business card for J. David Jewelry up in Tulsa. I've just been talking this whole time. I was like, I'll tap some. Totally forgot about it. Yeah, if you don't know, this is who I bought an engagement ring off of back in the end of 2015, so like a month or two before I graduated college. I started dating a girl I had known for a while, for a couple of years at that point. I never thought there was going to be, like, we were just very different people. We're close because, we weren't close at all. We just had, I was close friends with somebody, and she was close friends with his wife, and so we hung out a lot, but, you know, we just lived. She was much more conservative than I was, and just very different. But then just randomly we started hanging out a lot and just started dating. Got to a point where after a few months we were talking about marriage, and I actually didn't move to California after graduating like I was going to, because I wanted to pursue that. Dated for a few more months, had bought the ring, all that stuff, and then it just started to not feel right on my end. Wasn't anything wrong with her, wasn't anything against her. It was just I wasn't ready, and I didn't. What I said to her when we broke up was, I know it hurts now to break up, but there are some things that we're pushing under the rug to try to get married, and if let me tap so it's a little more lighthearted. We can break up now, and I can hurt you a little bit, or we can push all this stuff under the rug and get married, and then in 2-3 years get a divorce when all this stuff comes back, and I can hurt you a lot. And so I don't know if that's good reasoning or not, but hurting a little to not hurt more somebody else. But yeah, so if you didn't know that about me, there was a time where I had bought an engagement ring, and it's just now at my parents' house, just waiting, and I'm fine with that. I have some life to live before I get super serious about stuff. So this is my current wallet that we're just going to jump right into. So I have my Bank First card, which I'm obviously not going to show you the numbers, but this is what I had for a long time while I was an employee at Bank First. That's what I did for a year and a half after college before moving here, and then I moved here and got a Bank of America, where I got a little panda because I wanted it's the WWF card, but I just really wanted a panda. And then the next pocket technically has a Bank First credit card with a tiger on it, but I never activated it, so it's just there. But they don't ask me if I want a credit card anymore, because they technically have one. Next is my Cvs Caremark card, my health insurance card, and my AAA card, which is technically expired. I'm sure we still have it in my family, but I just don't have. I just don't have the new one. Oh no. I need this to get in there. Okay, so we'll get to. I have just a stack of cards. So very quickly, we have my driver's license, which I got a year ago, which is Oklahoma, but I'll show you the picture. Jeez. Just as round, but a lot less hair. What can you do? And then my social security card, I will show you this. I have like voter's card, account numbers, all that stuff. But this is my Ordained minister card from Dudism. Has a cool little holographic on it. Yeah. Dudist priest as of 2016, October of 2016. Yeah. And it's free to do. At that time I was searching for something and I didn't know what. And so which I forgot I had that in there. I didn't know what I wanted. I just knew I wasn't happy with what I currently had. And I wasn't, I don't know, it just wasn't working for me, what I had done for so many years. And so I just started looking for things that were about happiness and about peace. And that was the first thing that I ran into. It's not necessarily what I still read, but it is a good basis of like calmness and in philosophy in a funny way. So I bought the whole set. So I have a thing. I have my certificate and I have the letter of recommendation, or it's a letter of something that says, and I looked up at least in Oklahoma, and I have the things that you need to have from a religious establishment to marry people. So technically, even though it's free and it's funny, you can technically, if you have that stuff, you can marry people in Oklahoma. You just have to show your stuff to the county clerk. So next, I may have to change my battery in a little bit. It's on like 1 bar. But hopefully we'll finish this soon. Because I don't want to drag this out. I don't want to make you sit here all night. I tend to do that, I know. So this one real quick is I had to go to a doctor. This is I can show his name. But I can't pronounce it. Can you see it? It's Amin Kabuni, AMINE CHAHBOUNI. That's my doctor here, at least that I used. Some of those I don't remember. I just kind of took their business card and we went with it. But yeah, that was when I was working at that warehouse and last year, and it made me sick for like 3 months, and then I quit, and like a month after that I was still sick. So and it was because I was like starting to like actually be sick, and so I went to the doctor and they were like, yeah, you should take these steroid pills because you have, or an antibiotic, that's what it was. You take this antibiotic because you have bronchitis. I was like, lovely. This is a Vino Nostra. Yeah, Vino Nostra. It's in Fullerton, here in California. I tried to interview there. Ended up just taking her card, but they were very lovely people. This is Ches Bippy Tattoo Studio, which, okay, there was a phase where I was like trying to work at places because I was just needing another job. So I was trying to be I wanted to be a receptionist at a tattoo shop for a little bit. So there's that. I don't know if they do good work or not. I can't recommend them, but they were nice people, at least. Okay, now we're getting into Oklahoma stuff again. This is Julie Kincaid. Her, she has a crystal, the Crystal Scene Trading Company. Basically, I met her at a Renaissance fair. I know you can't see it, but, hey, sorry, I had to do a quick cut, because my memory was full. Anyways, I met Julie at a Renaissance fair, and she was very nice, but she gives tours, and she has a bunch of acres of land that there's just a mountain that you can dig, and if you find any, you give it a flat rate, and if you find any crystals while you're out there, you just get to keep them. And that's where all of her crystals come from. She doesn't import them, or at least the ones that she was displaying were all from her land. And then a Walmart gift card that I have no idea if it has any money on it. That's years old at this point. In Tulsa, there's a boba store. Hey Bobo. I said it, or hey Boba. Really? Hey Boba. I thought it was more unique than that. But I got a card because if you buy 10, you get one free. But I've bought one, and that was like 2 years ago. But it's in there. And this, the greatest thing ever, Genghis Grill. It's their membership rewards card. I've had this for since high school. This is like my favorite restaurant. And there's none. There's zero in California. The closest one is like mid-Arizona. And I just haven't gone. And I know I have a free one at least. Because I think every 10 bowls you get a free bowl. And I've had a few free. I've had like 2 or 3 free bowls. And I know I have at least one sitting on here. And it's just been in my wallet. It was in that wallet. The bad motherfucker. It was in that wallet. And now it's sitting in this wallet. And I'm biding my time. In May, June, when I go home, you better believe it. It's gonna be there. And I'm gonna go. Okay, so the last pocket, which is where cash normally is, I have stuff. So I have this, which I have 4 out of 10, but it's called Jopak Topaki, which I'll show you the Jopak Topaki. There's one in Buena Park and one in Koreatown. The Buena Park one is the one that I go to. Just a nice little Korean restaurant. It was the first one that I went to more than once while moving out. Since I moved out here, there's one that I go to a little bit more frequently because it's like a mile from my house, and I like the atmosphere. But the lady, there was one time, because I had been going so frequently that they gave me free food. I was like, this is amazing. And I haven't seen the person that was always my waitress. I haven't seen her since that day. And so I go, but it's new people, and I'm now I'm just a new person when I had started to feel like a regular. And so, but Jopak Topaki is good. One on a tangent with the other one. This is, why was I at the Hilton? I don't know. I was at the Los Angeles Hilton for something. Usually things like that, it was from Universal. Okay, when I went and parked at Universal. Some of these things I think are from, jobs that I've worked. This one was pretty fun. This one I went to the Edvard Munch. Yeah, Edvard Munch. At the MoMA in San Francisco. This was the first time I was able to see, going to my internship in 2015, I saw one of my internet friends that I had met on Tumblr like a year or so before. I met in 2000. We actually, well, not met. We followed each other for a while, but we actually started talking spring of 14, and then I met her summer of 15, and then she moved to California in what's the capital? Crap. I know it's an S. Oh, I look like an idiot. I'm an idiot. It's an S with a long word, but I can't. Anyway, she lives there, and Sacramento. Gosh, I'm an idiot. Sorry about that bump. She lives in Sacramento. So we met in San Francisco when we both kind of first moved out here in June of last year, and went to, we just hung out for the day. This was, I don't even know if this is it. This is a parking receipt for something. For some reason, October 15th. I'm sure that's from a work day. I just never threw away. The rest are business cards. These are a little more interesting. So, one 1 point card towards Boba Indeed. Apparently I go to Boba places once a year. Super Video Game Bro. So Lost Levels is on one side. That's in Fullerton, and they're super cool. They have arcade games and stuff, retro games that you can buy. Their brother store, sister store, whatever, is Super Video Game Bros. Super cool as well. I've been there. That's very clean, and that's the thing I like the most about it. Like, it's just like professional, and like none of the games have like ripped labels, and like, I don't know, they just really take care of their store. This is in Northridge. What was I doing in Northridge? I don't know. This is for Reach Up, Reach Out. I don't even know what that is. I think this is I went to a church and somebody gave me their business card, and that was like up in the city. Ooh. Which is funny, because like this is for Mostly Angels, which is where I take a lot of my spiritual classes. On the back it's like a lot of crystal references for things that just crystals that are good for different things. But it's kind of funny. It's like, oh, a church that I went to with my parents. Oh, spiritual crystal stores. Which, I don't know why I need this. I know their address. I follow them on Instagram. I talk to them regularly. Anyways, I have their business card. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Well, it's not super interesting. It is a nice look back from my internship into now. I'm in a very different place. This is kind of the ending monologue that I seem to always do. So thank you for watching. When I was working at this internship and I had purchased the bad motherfucker wallet that I had, like I said, I'd gone through a bad breakup. I shaved my head, which wasn't necessarily attached to that. I was just in need of a change. I, at one point, was sitting with a fresh cup of coffee, like a boiling hot cup of coffee, and I had just shaved my head, so I had no hair to absorb any of it. I was just sitting outside at a bench before work started, and I just felt like I had no control of my life, and I had no idea what I was doing. And just to prove that I could make a choice for myself, I took the cup of coffee and just poured it on my head, and it burned, and I smelled like coffee, and all these different things, just to kind of try to grasp some sort of control. So if you're there right now, or if you're at a place where it just seems like you can't grasp onto anything, you can't control anything, I don't know, that life is hard to understand. I get it, and I've been there at many different points in life, in different aspects. And from there, I got over that breakup, I got into a new relationship, I finished out college, I made more friends, like, in the city itself, went through another bad breakup, haven't dated since that one. It's been, we broke up in August of 16, so I've been on one date since then, but it was just going to IHOP. It was more of a friendly, get to know each other type date, and that was kind of the end of it. Asked out a girl, actually, like 2 nights ago. It was like the way I understood it, at least, was like, what she said was, let's just be work friends for a while, because we had, like, just met, and, well, we had known each other for, like, the weekend, and so it made sense. I was like, just wanting to get to know you better, but if you would prefer getting to know each other over work, it's totally fine. So, not that all of my growth has been through relationships, but I feel a lot more positive now. I sing a lot more. Like, I sing happy songs a lot more. I dance in my car a lot. Pretty much any time I'm driving, I'm dancing to something. I try to say thank you more, which has become more of a habit. If I'm on a job site, I'll try to ask somebody that's not necessarily in my crew, if they need help, which has helped me to, I don't know, they react nicely when they know that you don't have to, like, you're going out of your way specifically to do that. And going from 2015, like mid 2015 Trevor, just being angry all the time and being not angsty, I've never really been angsty, but just being lost, to still being kind of lost, but being okay with it and just letting life happen and going with it. But in the meantime, just trying to be happy and find happiness, and find happiness by giving others happiness. I don't know. I hope if you're going through something, that helps. If not, thank you for listening. I'll try to, I have a little bit more flexibility coming up soon, so hopefully I'll be able to make more videos. I always say that, and then I never do, so maybe I shouldn't say it. Anyways, thank you for watching. I am always here if you need to talk, if you need somebody to listen, or if you just want to say hello. I've said my first and last name many times on this channel. If you need to reach out to me, but you don't want to through YouTube comments, pretty much all my stuff is like at Trevor Rodman, all one word. Pretty simple. Don't feel obligated to reach out to me, but if you want to, I'm always here. And if it is something more serious, obviously you should reach out to people who are trained in that. But if you just are having a bad day, or you're having a bad season, I haven't experienced everything, but there are a lot of things I can relate to. So, all that to say, good night. Thank you for listening. Thank you for going down memory lane with me.